Hey guys, Anthony with Cook Inlet Boats here in Wasilla, Alaska. And yes, I'm the boat doctor. That's what my customers call me. So today I'm going to talk about clear laminating epoxy and how to mix it. So a lot of people have been asking me. I get comments and direct messages a lot. So what is clear laminating epoxy? There's a bunch of different types. You got 2-to-1s like West System 3, 5-to-1s like West System, and you got 3-to-1s US Composite, and then we use another product called E-Bond, which is 2-to-1. So I'm not going to talk about bar top epoxy mixing. We actually do have that product and we do use it, but what I'm talking about is the type of epoxy that wets out fiberglass cloth and also seals plywood, marine plywood. You can see this hatch we sealed yesterday. It seals the edge and it makes it waterproof. So here's the #1 rule you've got to remember with clear laminating epoxies. #1 rule, there's no grace. Jesus has grace. This is what I tell my guys the first day. Jesus has grace, epoxy does not. Epoxy will not forgive you if you're off 10%. Now they say, some of my guys, like at E-Bond, the salesman will tell me, you know, you have a 10% being off rate. Like you can be off 10% and it will still harden. But don't do it. Make it exact. You have to have your epoxy exact. Just make it exact. So my background is, I've been a boat builder for 12 years, and by my guess this morning, I did a little math, I probably mixed about 15,000 pots of epoxy. Now, I know that there's going to be people that disagree with me. You like pumps. I'm fine with that. If you like pumps and you want to use pumps, go for it. Here's the problem I had with pumps. Pumps get crystallized. What's crystallization? Well, when the epoxy gets cold, it crystallizes. And my pumps just kept plugging up. And a lot of the little apparatuses and pipes and stuff would just plug up. So how do we mix here? All my guys and me, we mix by hand, we pour. And yes, if you disagree, don't watch the rest of the video, just go use your pumps. I'm okay with that. But we don't use pumps because they plug up. And we've had problems. And the other problem we had is we didn't have uniformity. We had some people pumping more and some people pumping less. And to get it equal, we poured. That's the best way to do it. So the next thing I want to talk about is safety. So I recommend you use a respirator. So epoxy is caustic and it does put off chemical fumes. So when it starts cooking, you mix those ratios of the hardener to the resin, it will get hard. Trust me, it will get very hard. And it will end up on your clothes, a lot of your clothes. So be safe. You know, wear a respirator. Whenever we do big amounts, we wear a respirator because you'll start smelling those fumes. And be really careful because when it starts cooking in that pot, you take it and you put it outside. We've had multiple incidents where we had pots literally boil over, and we even had a fire experience one time with a pot of gel coat. And I mean, there's nothing to mess around with here with the chemicals. You've got to be really careful with the fumes and with fire. So now I'm going to show you how to mix, and I'm going to mix 2-to-1. So that is the main mixture that we use. We do use 3-to-1s. 3-to-1 is thinner. It's a product from US Composites, a good product. We use that when we do big quantities and we're laminating a bunch of area. But our main product is a product from E-Bond. It's 2-to-1. And we also use System 3, of course, that's 2-to-1, and West Systems, which is 5-to-1. But right now I'm going to show you how to mix 2-to-1 because that's the most common. And the first thing you're going to want is you're going to want gloves. So don't mess around. Don't get it on your skin because this stuff can be caustic, and some people build up, like they get too much of it in their system, and it does cause rashes and stuff on your arms, so you have to be careful with it. So put your gloves on, and then you're going to want a mixing stick, And you can do anything. Some people make their own. We do make our own mixing sticks out of marine plywood. So you can do that. There's not a rule here. And a mixing cup. You can buy them on Amazon, eBay, you know, at your local hardware store. So we have a little platform, and normally we have this light on so that we can see what we're doing. We set it up here. We take the resin, and here's the key. You start pouring. Don't over pour. You can over pour, but then you got to go a bigger amount. So I'm just going to make 2 to 1. So I'm going to do 4 ounces of resin. And then right before we get to the end, you start stopping, because it will continue to rise because you're pouring in the middle. It's spreading to the edge. So you can see I am almost exact. You probably can't see because you're too far away. I'm going to show you once I'm done pouring. I got to put a little dab. And then I put my hardener, 2 ounces of that, because it was 4 ounces of resin to 2 ounces of hardener. Remember, it's 2 to 1. It's divisible. So there I've got 6 ounces. So if there's confusion, you can see up here on the wall, I don't know if you can see it in the video, we have the ratios written for 6 ounces, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. You can Google it. It's not that big of a deal. So here's another key. So I'm going to mix. And you're going to want to mix 100 times. I usually say 100 times. And here's how you'll know it's mixed. I'm looking at it. I like to put my hand on it. That begins to warm the epoxy. So warming it is helping it to kick. So it's pretty cool in here. We're in Alaska. The temperature is 68 degrees. And this is Ebon's 1286. It is a medium fast, so it's about a 20-minute pot life. That means if I just mixed it and kicked it, it's going to last 20 minutes before it cooks. So if you look at it real close, you might be able to start seeing bubbles. Here, I'll try to show it to you. I don't know if you can see it. You'll start seeing bubbles form, and it's clear. It starts getting clear. It's a little cloudy because it's cool in here, and it's probably a little bit too much humidity. But we like to keep our temperature for medium fast and our system 3 fast and West system fast. And this is a medium, the 3 to 1. We like to keep our temperatures about 68 degrees. Now, some of you are going to have warmer temperatures because you're down south. That's fine. So I'll just keep mixing. So I'm kicked already because I'm starting to see bubbles. You'll start seeing little bubbles come off the surface. I'm already seeing that. You probably can't see it in the video. But it is clear now, and I can smell that it's kicked. So because I'm not putting a mask on because it's just a small quantity, so there's not that much fumes. But in the future, if you do it, and you're doing anything over 12 ounces, I would recommend you put a mask on with a vapor barrier. So that's basically it. So now you've got clear laminating epoxy. The next step is to show you how to spread it and how to put it on the cloth. And I'll do that in another video. So like and subscribe and follow us on Facebook at Cook Inlet Boats. Thank you very much.